All right, we're recording. Woohoo!
Woo!
We're on.
Yay!
Hey! All right.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
What are you on for?
We are on because I have one of the coolest ladies in the world.
Oh, my gosh, who's that?
She's right here. She's
Aw.
Miss Betty Van Cleve, or Memaw as I call her.
Memaw's the best name.
Memaw is the best name. Memaw's my grandma. And she taught me a lot of my creativity and has passed down your creativity. And I remember most of your creativity was telling me stories when I was a kid. And most of your grandkids you told stories to. All 6 of us.
All 6 of you.
Were we boys, girls, what?
Boys.
How many? All 6?
6.
No way.
Yeah. They're the best.
Yeah, me, my older brother, younger brother, and 3 cousins.
Mm-hmm.
So you always told us stories growing up, and with those stories, I then went on to create art in college, and I named my senior art project after Memaws Monsters, which was
They're
the
good.
series
They
that
still
Memaw
live
was
in the
selling.
woods.
They do.
They'll be there till you have grandkids and go tell them about them.
That's right. And grandkids, if you're watching this, when you watch this, this is your Memaw.
Ha Ain't that cute?
This is where I got a lot of my creativity. And yes, you are cute. You're not a grouch. I don't
No,
know if we
I'm
got
not a
that part.
grouch.
We might not have gotten that part on the camera, but you're saying you're a grouch to the camera.
Yeah.
We're arguing who was a grouch and who wasn't.
Yeah.
I argued that we both
Whatever.
weren't grouches.
That's right.
You were arguing
the
that
best.
you were old grouch and I was young grouch. And I
Right.
said no. But
Well, it sounds reasonable.
well, I prefer being not a grouch.
Doesn't matter to me. You can have fun either way.
Oh, that's true. I guess you could be a fun grouch,
Sure.
maybe.
That's what I try to be.
So who were some of the most important characters in your stories growing up? Yeah.
That I told?
Yeah. Do you remember some of the main characters? Well, there was always Memaw and the 6 grandkids. They were almost always in it, and they were almost always the 7 good characters,
Right.
along with a couple others mixed in. But in about every story, there was at least you, Memaw, and whoever you were telling the story to, which
Right.
was one of the grandkids.
And maybe a pet or two.
Yeah, I remember the wood elf, Henry.
Henry, he lives up in the tree.
He lives up in a tree, really high in the tree, and he's really small.
He is tiny. If he doesn't careful, he falls through the holes. He fell through one time.
The hole of the tree?
The hole in the trunk, the way top hole.
Uh-huh.
And he was screaming bloody murder, and I couldn't find him. Oh, and he was getting agitated because he was in this tree and going through all these little holes, and he didn't know where he was going. He'd never fallen through the tree, ever.
Huh.
I said, Henry, where are you? He said, I don't know. He was really getting panicky. And I said, well, Henry, walk to the light. He stopped and he said, I don't see any light. It's too dark. I said, oh, my soul, how are we going to get you out? Oh, I know what we can do. I'll go get a flashlight or a match or something. And so I ran off and I got a flashlight. And I came back and said, now, Henry, which hole did you fall into? There's 1,000,000 up here. He said, well, I don't know, but it was close to the trunk. So I went over there close to the trunk, and there was 10 holes. 10? I didn't fall through 10 holes. I fell through 1. Oh, Henry, I've got to figure out which one of these 10. Oh, well, get busy. I want out. So I got the flashlight and I put it into the first hole. No light came anywhere. And I went to the second and third and the fourth and the fifth. And I thought I was going to lose Henry forever because I only had 5 more to go. And he said, go on. We're bound to hit it. We're bound to hit it. So I put it up to the 6th. Oh, that's hard to say. It gives you the sputters.
I could imagine.
And so Henry says, here's a hole right here. I put my finger through it. Did you see it? Yeah, I believe I do. Way over there on the other side of the tree. Oh, goody, go get it quick. So I ran over to the other side of the tree, and I took my flashlight, stuck it in a hole, and Henry said, get that dumb thing out of my eye. Said, you're
Must have
making
been
me,
the right hole.
you're making me see triple. I said, okay. So I got the flashlight, and I looked around, and I said, that looks promising. Maybe I can find him. So when I got over to it, there's a great big leaf on it. I mean, it was bigger than a door. It covered the whole hole and half the tree trunk. I said, I don't know whether I can move this or not. It's bound to be heavy. Henry said, oh, Memaw, you can move anything if you just think about it. I said, well, yeah, that's what I've been telling everybody, isn't it? You have to think about it. You have to think, yes, I can, and you'll move it. So I walked over to it and I said, yes, I can, and I kicked it and it flew into 1,000,000 pieces. And one of these pieces ran out the hole. And guess who that was?
Henry. Yay!
We had rescued him from a fate worse than black smoke.
Well, good. That's one of many stories that Memaw would tell growing up. And honestly, they're never the same, right?
Right, I can't remember them.
Right. So she would tell me a fun one the night before. I'd say, Memaw, tell me the story about Henry getting stuck in the tree again. And she'd say, oh, I have no idea which story. So she would tell me another one with Henry stuck in a different tree or whatever.
Yeah, or something.
And then we had Henry, we had Whaley, who was a huge whale. So Henry is a really tiny elf.
Henry's so little you nearly step on him.
Whaley was a huge whale that lived in your lake, right?
Yeah.
And he was huge, but we couldn't see him unless we looked through little, what was it?
You had a little picture of Whaley with squares, mirror squares.
And we could only see him when we... Is that how we called for him, or is that how we saw him?
Well, you took that and put it up here and said, Whaley.
Oh, that's how we called for him.
And then you could see him.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah.
And then there would always be some mad monster or mean monster, and they would always have some fun thing. Like one was just a giant right foot. That was the monster for one of the stories. And it's to help that monster, we had to help him find his left foot, right?
Yeah. Whatever he needed, we had to find it.
And then, so to help the monsters, we'd always consult the monster book.
Mm-hmm.
So, Memaw and the grandkids, we'd go searching through this monster book, and most of the time we'd find a cure that was incorrect. It was actually for a slightly different monster. So we'd go try that and then figure out, oh, nope, that's not the right cure for this monster. This one has purple hair and a yellow body instead of purple body and a yellow hair. So we'd always mix something up, and then we have to go back and try again. Mm-hmm. And if you could remind me, who did the grandkids always vote to go give the cure to?
I don't know.
So we were always scared of the monsters, but we would brew up in our witch's pot we'd put in belly fluffy and magic potions and hog feet or whatever we had. Witch's brew, yeah. And we'd all mix it together based on the monsters book.
Right.
And then we would always go give it to the monster, but most of the time the grandkids were scared of doing that. So who did we call?
Moi.
Moi?
Moi.
Certainly not moi.
Unfortunately, moi.
So Memaw, moi, what does that mean? Me in French, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she would always say, "Who wants to go give this potion to the monster?" And we'd say, "Not me, Memaw." And then my brothers and cousins, "Not me, not me." And then we'd all look at Memaw, and she would say, "Moi."
Surely not. Moi.
And then we'd end up, Memaw would have to go give the cure to the monster, and then the grandkids would come help the monster after it was being nice again.
If he could.
If we could, and if he could.
There was one that wasn't.
Most of them were, though. They ended up being nice. But yep, every once in a while there'd be a monster that we couldn't help too much, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
But we did what we could.
Yes. We did. We did everything we could to help anybody we could.
That's right.
And if we couldn't help them, we kicked them in the lake.
So this is where I get most of my creativity, as you can see. And so since growing up, I went to college, was art major, did my senior show in ceramics, and I don't know if we have any of those around here, but
I got
we do.
one.
Sure, yeah, you can show her. My mom's gonna get one of my ceramics that they're monsters about this big, and the whole project was called Memaws Monsters, and it was based off of Memaw stories. And it was a fun project. Since then, I graduated college, and over the last 10 years or so, I've been making my own board games. I haven't published one, but most of my card games are based off of Memaws Monsters as well. And here's a guy. He's called Glargles, I think is his name.
Oh, I know.
And this
It's
poor
cute.
guy is dead.
That's his with a nose.
But this is, so I made
Isn't
him
it?
laying on the side. Yep, that's his nose right here, and all of his stuff, his eyes and his
got a
nose and his
pointed
arms
hat.
and his tongue, they're all droopy because he's dead.
He's pretty.
He drowned these Glargles. Poor little guy.
Oh.
But this is one of about 6 or 7 monsters that I made for the senior show.
Yeah.
That was a lot of
They were all
fun.
pretty.
They were fun. And
They
you,
were
what's the monster that I gave you after the show? Your favorite one?
Sadly,
Sappy.
Sappy and
I think it was Sappy. Yeah, Sappy.
Sappy.
So Sappy is a two-faced monster. On one side, he's sad,
Yeah.
and on the other side, he's happy.
Yep.
And you can flip-flop him. And every time I go to see y'all, I now make sure he's turned happy before I leave. That's always fun.
It is fun. Because he's always happy when he has company.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I notice y'all turn him too sometimes
Yeah, we do.
when I come over. Well, that's good. So yeah, that's where I got most of my creativity, and that's where I've
And
done a
you've
lot
got
of
even
stuff.
more in you if you just tap it.
Well, I'm trying to tap into it.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
I've started telling my own stories. Trying to get courage from my Memaw here.
Oh, courage is what you need.
How do I get courage?
Well, let's see. It's over, that little bitty tiny tree next to Henry's.
Uh-huh.
Well, it lives in its root.
Oh.
And if you're real good and real happy all the time, and don't step on it,
I won't.
he'll squirt some on you.
So Henry will squirt the courage from the tree root on me? That sounds pretty easy.
Well, it isn't really.
Why is it not easy?
Well, that tree root's about 700 feet down in the ground.
So I have to dig, or does he have to
No, you
push
can
hard?
crawl down the root,
Oh, ooh,
but
that
you
sounds
got to take a
scary.
hose down there.
I feel like I would have to get courage just to go down there and get more courage.
That's kind of like it works.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You didn't know I had sense.
So courage comes from within, is what you're trying to say. Oh, you're brilliant.
It worked, didn't it?
That's genius. Okay, so I got to work from within before I can go. I think I've been doing better at
You
working
have. I am
from within.
real proud of you.
I'm trying to stand up, try to get my
Yeah.
chest out, shoulders back,
Sets out, shorts in.
look confident,
Right.
be confident.
Always have confidence. Never say, "Oh, I can't do that."
I'll take your word.
Because when you say you can't, you can't.
That's right. So I'll everybody else out there can, and you know, my future grandchildren, my dog's grandchildren, whoever, they can know that they can too also have confidence.
Sure.
All you have to do is I think telling yourself that's helped me at least.
Yeah.
Telling myself I'm confident, telling myself I'm worth being here, just like everybody else.
Just saying, well, whatever he said about me is not true.
Not worrying what other people think.
Don't worry about them.
So let's take this a little more practical. I'm making stories. I'm at home. I've started making stories. I'll talk to the camera like this, and I'll tell my story. I might even wear a hat or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to tap into that creativity that you gave me, and so then I make it, and then I want to publish it and show other people, but then I get a little scared. Like, I don't want other people to laugh at me. What do I do?
You don't know what?
If I get scared and want to post this funny story or whatever, but I'm scared that some people might think or they'll say, "Ha ha, he tells stories."
Oh.
What do I do?
You just say in front of him, you say, "Well, let me think. How did you get here from home today?"
Uh-huh.
"Well, I rode the bus." "Well, how did you get on the bus?" "But I had to have a quarter." "Where'd you get the quarter?" "My daddy gave it to me so I could come up here." "Well, why did you want to come up here?" "Well, I want to get courage so I can talk in front of people." "What are you doing now?"
Talking in front of people.
"I don't know." "What am I doing now?" "Well, I tell you what. You see all those chairs out there? They're full of people. I don't see them, but they're there. And if you look very closely at their feet, you can tell."
So we're supposed to pretend that the people don't see the video when I post it? That probably would work.
It would work.
Because it's easy making the video. I know I could just delete it when I make it if I don't like it.
Yeah.
But if I make it and then put it like on Facebook or YouTube or something, then I know it's out there. And I can't really delete it because then other people will see it.
And you're scared.
I'm scared.
They won't like it. And they'll call you on the telephone. "What in the heck are you doing telling that story?"
Right. But what I need to do is just, they're going to think that regardless. So
They are.
I just need to make what I think's fun, right?
Right.
And then put it out there, and other people might think it's fun too. And if not, then they'll just ignore it.
That's right.
Or they'll make fun of me, and I'll just move on.
And you just be happy with it.
That's who I am.
It's always more fun to be happy than to be sad. So sadly doesn't get to sit in our house very long.
That's why you turn sappy to happy.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
So, you're on your way.
Awesome. That's what I needed to hear.
Good.
Everybody, Memaw.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Thank you so much, Memaw.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'll try to take that, now that I have your creativity pretty cemented into my DNA, I'm going to now try to take that courage and start using that creativity more.
Right.
And maybe other people will think it's fun too.
I kind of use it too much sometimes.
How to use it too much? What happens when you use it too much? Good things or bad things?
You kind of stretch a little truth and prevaricate.
Uh-huh. So you maybe...
And I'm real good at prevarication.
What is that? Storytelling?
No, telling a little white lie.
I believe that.
Yes, I've been good at it.
So as long as you don't lie about really important things.
No, I don't really. I just tell
lie
little
about
white
fun
lies.
things. Fun things.
Yeah.
Just to make life fun.
Yeah, just to get you out of trouble.
Well, you always have spoken your mind, so that's good.
And I tell the truth.
And you tell the truth.
I do.
You do, yeah. You don't tell any white lies at all.
No, they're all true.
They're all
I get
true.
through telling them.
I believe it. Do you believe it?
Yes.
They believe it.
Yep. Even she believes it.
I don't know if she believed it.
Well, she's had a few pulled on her.
That's funny. All right, well, I think we're going to get Dawn in here.
All right.
Hear about the Golden Glove, Charlie Van Cleve.
Yeah, Charles Van Cleve.
All right. Well,
They didn't call him Charlie. I'm the only one who calls him Charlie.
Okay, well, we'll get that story next.
Yeah, because his mom and dad didn't want anybody calling him Charlie, so they called him Charles. Well, that's a little stuffy for Papa Doll.
I'll have to ask him why.
Well, I changed it to Charlie and Pops it.
He didn't like it?
Well, when I did it 2 or 3 times, he did, because I told him I wasn't going to change.
Well, thank you, Memaw. That was
You're
fun.
welcome.
Love you.
I love you, sweetheart. Come anytime.
Yeah. You too.
Okay.